Financial advisors, I get it. Listen, I've been in your shoes for almost 20 years now. Actually, over 20 years now when I'm recording this. I can't believe it. It goes by quick. But anyway, I've been in your shoes for a very, very long time. And one of the things that I find in my practice is the challenge of bouncing from one task to the next and trying to be an amazing advisor in that particular moment. And you're bouncing from one thing to the next, right? You get a bunch of phone calls and emails to follow up on, and then you're in a client meeting, and then you're in a prospect meeting, and then your branch manager wants to talk to you, and so on. It's a little bit of a disaster, right? So then what happens when you have a client who's going through a divorce and needs your ultimate focus, right? They need you to be meeting with their attorney, helping them go through like asset division strategies and negotiations and preparing for mediation and all the stuff. How do you handle that? If you're like me, then you'd continue to juggle all those balls and have all those plates spinning, and it's a little bit of a problem. That's why we as CDFAs, and that's why I've dedicated the rest of my career to this work as a CDFA, is to help you sort all this out. I can come in, my team and I will come in, work with you to help figure out this strategy and work with your client and think through negotiations and all the stuff, even communicating with attorneys and even coming in as an expert witness if necessary, supporting that client through that entire process, making you look like the hero. And at the end of the day, it doesn't cost you anything. You've got all that extra time back. You've kept that client. You've kept that relationship. You've maybe saved the assets from leaving, especially if there's a situation where you haven't had a relationship with both spouses. You're avoiding all these compliance issues that can crop up. And then we just disappear. There's no added cost to you. You look like the hero. So it's a win-win. I encourage you to think this through because I've been there. I've been doing this work for a long, long time, and I know the challenges that you have and the responsibilities that you face every single day. And frankly, there's just not enough time in the day to do it. So you can't be an expert in all things to everyone. That's where we come in. DM me, message me here, do whatever you have to do, follow, like, subscribe to all the socials that we put out, and let's communicate with you and your team and figure out how we can make this a mutually beneficial engagement for the two of us and help you serve those clients in the best way possible. Reach out. We'll talk to you soon.